given everything that has happened so far in terms of the spectacular political victory, stable inflation, slowing growth, and the need to kickstart the impulses in the economy, I have 5 predictions to make from the budget. 1. Taxes will become lower and simpler, and the tax base will be expanded dramatically. In direct taxes, I believe that the government will fulfill its promise of the 25% maximum rate for all SSEs. I also believe that the correlation between direct and indirect taxes will be enhanced to discover any potential loss or leakage of tax payment. Big focus will be on reducing the complexity of compliance in GST by dropping the rates to 3, an exempt rate, a rate for essential day-to-day inputs, and a rate for all others. All compositions and exemptions from registration will be eliminated, and the process of registration will become automated and completely hassle-free. 2. I believe the government will, within the constraints of a privacy law, bring out innovative measures to use already assigned identities to facilitate the establishment of a tax footprint or fingerprint, financial footprint or fingerprint. And that will be used to make sure that compliance, simplicity, tracking of common sense ideas which will drive larger tax collections will all come about. All of this, when enhanced by a more practical attitude to litigation, is likely to bring about taxpayer, tax collector harmony, and a path will be laid down to make indirect taxes determined by the government so that the entire process of assessment will be eliminated. Third, I believe that large impetus will be given to resolution of non-performing assets, and a chance will be given to the MSME sector to attain its full potential. In my view, it will take the shape of both equity and debt infusions in a commercially feasible and socially acceptable manner for the MSME sector. And therefore, I feel a lot will be done to bring the IBC in line with quick redressal, quick disposal of all pending legal matters, and a fairness which was envisaged in the original draft of the IBC towards people who fail because of circumstances beyond their control. Fourth, farm incomes will be doubled through a series of innovative actions. Pensions, healthcare, subsidy disbursement, direct benefit transfer, fair MSPs, a nation not dependent only on monsoon and therefore the completion of all irrigation projects which are pending, and a establishment of a supply chain which leads from farm to fork will be the priorities that will become visible in the budget. Finally, a series of measures will be taken to capture India's unique position to become an export surplus nation. It is my conviction that services exports, emphasis on tourism, emphasis on high job creating retail, construction and travel segments, and a huge boost to simple processes for imports and exports will change the complete dimension of India's external trade. For the first time, I can see that interministerial cooperation to make all of this happen will be facilitated through the 8 cabinet committees that have been appointed, that have been put in place. And I therefore see a far quicker movement towards fiscal consolidation through enhanced revenues and through very large and successful program for disinvestment. I believe the 90,000 crore target set for this fiscal year will be exceeded. And this will happen in 5 waves. 1, still all loss-making PSUs. 2, corporatize all departmental undertakings and issue minority shares to the public of India to the extent of 25%. 3, bring down the excess holdings to approximately 60% as the first threshold, and then to 51% in a 12-month period. And 4, a wave of strategic disinvestments in areas where government should not at all remain an owner. This accompanied by a series of banking and NBFC mergers will release the right amount of credit to fuel the growth and to get the economic machine working as it should. This is what I see as the framework of the new budget. Nirmala Sitharaman's